We have 30 students take a test. The mean for those 30 students, the sample mean is a score of 70. And the standard deviation, the sample standard deviation is 15. Find a 95% confidence interval for the population mean. That's for all students who take the test, kind of like what's their average going to be. Now we're going to do an interval. The middle of the interval is our best estimate, which is the sample mean, 70. And then we have a margin of error that we add and subtract to get the confidence interval. So here's my confidence interval. You can calculate E with a formula and then add or subtract it to the X bar, or if you have your hands on a calculator, that would be probably a little bit easier. You need to go to the statistics menu and then go over to where it says tests, and then you're going to go down to the T interval one. We're using the T distribution because we don't know the population standard deviation. We know the sample standard deviation. So go to the stat button, go over to tests, and find the one that says T interval. It's going to ask for a few things. It wants the input. It's going to ask you, do you have the data or the statistics? The data or the stats? The data would be if we had, like the 30 student test scores. But we don't have that. We have the statistics. So you want to highlight the stats. And then you're going to tell it the sample mean, which is 70. The sample standard deviation, which is 15. The sample size N, which is the 30 students. And it wants the confidence level. The confidence level is going to be 95%. Write it as a decimal, 0.95. All right, just plug that into the calculator, and the calculator will give us the confidence interval. All right, so hit stats, put in 70 for X bar, S 15, N 30, confidence level 0.95, calculates, and it gives me my confidence interval. It's going to be 64.4 to 75.6. That is the confidence interval for the population mean. Remember, this is our confidence interval right here. X bar in the middle is 70. If you add the margin of error E to it, you get that 75.6 number. And if you subtract, you get the 64.4. If the problem asks you for the margin of error, you can find that simply by finding this distance. Just subtract those two values. That would give you a margin of error of 5.6.